It's time for PlumbTrue, weekly encouragement with Bruce Davis from Day and Night Plumbing and Heating.
And it is time once again for PlumbTrue at Day and Night Plumbing and Heating. We start our work week with the folks from Day and Night. Got Bruce Davis with us once again. Hi, Bruce.
Hello.
Hey, we are going to talk a little bit about the plumbing side of things this week. And, of course, one of the main plumbing things that you guys work on are water heaters. And you wanted to focus specifically today on tankless water heaters and maybe some of their advantages over the conventional type of water heater.
Yeah, tankless is a great option. One of the things that people look at is the cost of ownership. If you're looking for endless hot water, tankless is definitely the option to go for. But conventional water heaters are sometimes more appealing because the upfront cost to actually install that, replace what's already there with the same thing, tends to be the cheaper option in the moment. But tankless water heaters are more efficient. They'll provide endless hot water, and they'll last longer than a conventional water heater. We give free estimates on those. Most companies will. And it's all about the quality of the installation as well as the brand that you're putting in.
Now, is this a relatively new technology, tankless? It seems like it's kind of the rage just the last 5-10 years, but this has been around for a long time, hasn't it?
The late 90s, they started rolling out tankless in our market area,
okay.
But it's been around much longer than that in Europe and also all over Asia.
Yeah.
So when my wife and I go to Japan to visit her family, it's all they heat with is tankless water heaters. Yeah.
Now, have you ever had somebody actually get a tankless and maybe want it taken out?
Yes, actually,
really?
we've had customers called up frustrated with tankless water heaters. And, that's a good point because when we run across those, it's typically either the cheapest brand that was on the market, some internet special that was picked, or it was a very cheap cut-the-corner type of install where it wasn't installed properly. Those units aren't meant to be plug and play, particularly if you have a conventional water heater. They really don't match up with a conventional water heater.
In what way? What do you mean?
The gas piping's different.
Oh, okay.
It needs instead of around 40,000 BTUs to heat that hot water, it's using up to 199,000 BTUs. That's different. So you need to make sure that the gas piping's sized correctly. The venting is different, and of course it needs electricity. Those factors alone, as well as where the inlet outlet of all the piping is, whether or not you're going to have a recirc system on it, location of the unit, all can be a factor of how well that unit's going to work. And if you just try and, drop place it where the conventional water heater is and not pay attention to those things and put them in the right way the manufacturer wants, it will give you problems.
Problems meaning what? Just not hot? Not as hot as they say? Or
not as hot, failing often, more frequent repairs. The unfortunate thing is most of the time when we run across these where they're installed incorrectly, they worked great through the first couple of years, but then all of a sudden they're sooting up or they're failing or not having the right output temperature. And that has to do with what's going on internally because of an improper installation.
Okay, well, maybe someone did get a tankless, but they didn't get it from you, and it's failing. So you obviously can take a look at that. And would you have to put in a whole new one, or can you just fix? Or can tankless be repaired?
Oh, they can definitely be repaired. And if they're repairable, we do that as well. We work on multiple different brands. And, of course, we give free estimates on a replacement of a new unit.
Okay.
But whether or not you're thinking of going tankless or conventional water heater, some of these tariff talks have gotten some manufacturers spooked, and we're getting some word from both the water heater end and also HVAC equipment, furnaces, heat pumps, air conditioners, that there's going to be some price increases, and it looks like they're projecting around June is what we're hearing.
Okay, well, let's get that system booked and put in before that so we can miss out on some of these prices. It's one thing, these tariffs, they always just pass it on to the consumer. So I don't.
Yeah,
that's another subject we can argue about. But hey, if people need to have their system looked at, or they want a new one, or want a free estimate, how do they get in touch with you?
Well, just give us a call 1-800-972-7000, or you can reach us online at dayandnight.net. That's DAY.